today is the last day that I intend to look like this. My name's Janie. I'm 40 years old. I've been heavy for 35 years. Probably before then, but really noticeably heavy since I was 5 years old. The first time someone told me I was fat was my mother, inadvertently. She told me in kindergarten when I was wearing a size 6X when everyone else was wearing normal kindergarten size clothes that I shouldn't mention that I wore a size 6X. And of course it never occurred to me why she was worried about this. And I don't think any of my friends would have cared what size my little trapeze jumper dresses were. But the second person to tell me I was fat was a little girl in the bathroom when I was in first grade. I ran home and told my mom, and she told me that I should tell her that I could lose weight, but she would never get less ugly. Clearly, compounding insults is probably the way to make that happen. What's funny is I have one of the sharpest memories of anyone I've ever known, and I cannot remember the face of the little girl who told me I was fat. I just remembered she told me I was fat in the bathroom and that I should lose weight. My mom also told me to tell people if they told me I was fat, that it was baby fat and I would lose it. I just turned 40 like a month and 13 days ago. So no, I didn't lose the baby fat. I kept compounding the baby fat for a very long time. I remember standing on a scale in 3rd grade and I weighed 80 pounds. And it seemed like the end of the world to me that I weighed 80 pounds. I didn't even have any reference for what that meant. I just knew that 80 pounds was probably bad for 8 years old. And by the time I finished high school, I weighed almost 300 pounds. I had to have my chorus dress altered 3 times over the course of high school. At the end of high school, I guess the second to the last chorus performance that I would ever wear that dress, I split it up the back. The seam just came straight open. And my sister's friend who owned a bridal store, who had special ordered my prom dress for me, fixed it, put in a panel. She had to put in a panel of additional teal fabric that didn't quite match. And my chorus dress had sort of a built-in belt that went all the way around, and so the belt didn't go all the way around anymore. And it was humiliating and embarrassing, but it got me through the end of the school year, and I still have that chorus dress, and it was a nightmare to have it altered so many times. But no more of a nightmare than me coming home and crying to my mother because when my chorus teacher asked for everyone's dress size, I knew that mine would be a problem. And so I had to have my mother call the bridal store that makes the dresses and ask them to special measure me so that we could have my dress specially ordered. So not only did we have to have it altered 3 times, but it was special ordered for me to begin with. It reminds me on Friends when Monica talks about how, the home ec class had to special make her mascot uniform or whatever, or her band uniform. They told them it was for the mascot. So It started with brownies. We went to Sears and we couldn't find a brownie uniform big enough to fit me in 3rd grade, which pretty much spelled doom for my Girl Scout career because I didn't want to ever go through that again. I have eat, slept, and breathed the ramifications of being a heavy girl my whole life. And let me tell you, they are not minor. It's like being invisible and being the biggest neon flashing Las Vegas sign in the universe. It's impossible to describe what it's like to both be seen by no one and be seen by everyone all the time. So, here we are. I'm about to embark on a journey. I'm a pretty optimistic person, and I have continually kept trying, but I think the mindset has always been, well, this has always been difficult. This has always been a challenge. It's always been too hard. So maybe I've always had a little bit of a defeatist attitude, because anyone who's ever been on a diet knows you have to get in the zone. You have to get in the zone. You have to be focused. And I mean, you're not going to stay in the zone forever. Something's going to happen. Your birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, your friends, bachelorette party, something is going to come along and derail your efforts. And it's going to be almost impossible to get back on. That's why I've sort of linked my food cravings, what drives me to eat, to carbohydrate consumption, because the only times I've been moderately successful at taking off weight, I have been severely restricting my carbohydrate intake. So, the plan is I am going to find fad diets, both new and old. I mean, some modern, some not so modern, and I am going to do as many as I can. 52, one for every week of the following year. I'm going to give you the lowdown on each one. I'm going to tell you what has left me hungry, what has left me happy, what has, precipitated weight loss, what made me feel like I was actually finding a solution. We're going to talk about what actually works for career fat people. And I hate the word fat, by the way. I'm not one of those people who feels empowered by the word fat. I feel like it's secretly sort of an I'm okay with this. I'm okay with being degraded and judged and all of that sort of situation. I know a lot of people feel empowered by it, and more power to you, but I do not. I don't like it. I use it occasionally, but I do not like it. I don't feel like I should have to wear a fat bikini. I just want my bikini to be in the normal ladies' clothes section because I am a normal lady. So, here's what I want. I want to figure out what works for people who've been heavy their whole lives, who've never found a solution. I'm going to talk to people and find out what's worked for them, what helps them keep it off. And we're going to kind of hold hands through this journey for the next year right here on YouTube and Tumblr. You can follow along with me. And hopefully together, we're going to find a solution. We're going to find out the truth. We're going to figure out what works and what doesn't. You guys are going to get me through my hard times, my battles, my uphill climbs. And I'm so excited to get started. So welcome, and it's nice to meet you.